William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs Whyte on Sky Sports Box Office.
Couldn't catch this Eiffel TV and such as McIntyre, my boat with the weigh-in here for Bad Intentions. Well, where do we start, Edward? Where do we start? How about
IFL Palm for you?
How about this? People can't see it.
Going to learn a lot about levels tomorrow night, son.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the kiss. He caught him flush.
Oh, mate.
Couldn't really see, but he did. He caught him.
I didn't think he'd do it, and I don't think he was planning on doing it, but you see people started shouting out, kiss him, kiss him. And he went like that. But he went like that, he faked it, and then Eubank said, don't be doing none of that. And I think he did it right on the smacker. The old man was in.
Doing his moves.
And, did you see the moves?
Yeah.
It's like he says, I don't mean to do it, but my bones just take over. Mate, that's just, it's a massive, massive night.
This is the last opportunity, isn't it, for people to get excited and riled up about tomorrow's event before it actually happens. And like I said, there is rivalry here, despite how long, it doesn't matter. They don't like each other, Eubank or Spike, and Joshua and Whyte definitely don't like each other.
You've got two genuine grudge matches. Good fights, though. And beneath that, you've got a couple of other brilliant world level fights as well, particularly Mitchell Barroso, Bellew against Masternak, Campbell's in a great fight, Malik Naji, Chisora. It's just stacked, but obviously the two that are really grabbing everyone's attention. But, don't you get told off. The two that are grabbing everyone's attention, of course, is the main event and the co-feature. So I can't wait. Listen, it's the anticipation, the atmosphere in that arena tomorrow night. It's going to be something very, very special. And I know that your videos go out to a different kind of audience, but to get this point across. But what you'll see tomorrow night is a pure event. You'll see some great boxing, you'll see some great fights, but you will see a pure night of entertainment across the board. And that's what we do. We entertain sports fans. Boxing, darts, snooker, doesn't matter. Every model that we're involved with, we know how to entertain fans. And I know that that'll get a few more extra negative comments in the in the boxes, but it's a true story. We're the ones filling arenas, we're the ones creating these events that are getting huge hype and delivering. And long may they continue.
I remember your show a couple of years ago, Christmas Cracker, and people talked about the headline of that show more than the actual event. No disrespect to any of the fighters on the bill, but with the comparison to see where you come.
Isn't Frank using that title next week?
No, it's the Xmas Cracker.
What, Christmas Cracker or Xmas Cracker?
Well, it's the Xmas Cracker.
It's the same thing.
It's the Xmas Cracker.
It doesn't matter, we're operating on different levels, obviously. And listen, the rise of British boxing, it's not standing here saying I'm responsible for it, because a lot of other promoters are putting on great shows as well. Next week you've got 2 world title fights, domestic world title fights in Manchester. The difference is they won't sell 4,000 tickets. If I was promoting that show, I'd do 19,000 every day of the week. But that's what we're bringing different to the sport. And I know that it's hardcore casual argument, but you have to open it up to a new audience. And I'm sorry if certain people don't like that, but it's smart business, and it's good for the growth of the sport.
Just going back to Joshua Whyte weighing, he just turned his back on him. It was a little, I don't know how to explain that, but Joshua didn't hang about. He sort of went in front of him, and he was a bit worried at that point.
No, do you know what? I was more worried with the Spike one, because Dylan and AJ seemed quite cold. Do you understand what I mean? It wasn't like, you always look at the fighters' necks and look at their pulses and stuff like that. And they weren't about to lose their rag. Spike was about to lose his rag. He was, so I think they're cool, they're ready to fight.
Certainly hope so. Eubank re-weighing in?
Not yet, I think they're just weighing a pair of gloves.
What was the crack with that then? He had his gloves on. They're not...
They were an ounce, and his pants were an ounce, and he was 2 ounces over. But I said, look, rather than take your cacks off and have a towel up, just go and have a walk around. It'll take him 45 second, or like to lose an ounce, it's nothing. So, but rather than having to take your pants off and put a towel up.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Eddie, thanks for your time.
All right,
on
mate.
TV.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua versus Whyte on Sky Sports Box Office.